It's time that we tell you why we chose a truck camper over all of the other options that are out there. Why didn't we choose a pool behind? Why didn't we choose an RV? Why didn't we choose Vanlife? If you're new to our channel, we've been living and traveling for 2 years in a super duper tiny camper. We recently upgraded to this here truck camper that you see behind me, and we have a new home. We've been work camping for the last 6 months at the beautiful Riverbend on the Frio in the Hill Country area of Texas. And that job has ended, and we're heading back to our hometown of Florida to spend the winter and do some renovations on this truck camper. I know you're wondering, what is this fine truck camper that we have? This is a 1999, yes, it's almost 24 years old, Lance Light 815 truck camper. It's a pretty small, compact truck camper as far as they go.
Hello, and welcome to the beautiful Florida Panhandle. We're in Destin Beach at Henderson Beach. It's a state park. We're camping here for a couple of nights, and are we happy about it? Very, 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 very.
If you're not aware, we're actually trying to just live here at this state park. This is so beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful beaches we've ever seen. I want to show you some clips because all we've been doing all day is going back and forth from here, chilling out in the camper, and then going back and swimming in the beach and just frolicking and having an amazing time. It's been so beautiful.
Yes, swimming is the best here. It is like glass out there. It's crystal clear. There aren't any waves right now, and we've just been floating around. We had a sandwich and enjoying this beach day.
It is so clear. The water is absolutely incredible. So many different blues. They call it the Emerald Coast out here, and it is aptly named. It is absolutely beautiful.
Our first big decision was what type of camper that we wanted. There are so many different options, and we explored so many different kinds of campers. We've been living in a 6x8 tiny camper for the last 2 years. There was no bathroom, no shower. It was essentially a queen size bed with an air conditioner. We knew that we wanted to stick with something that was tiny, something that was easy to pull, something that was compact, something that was small. The more things that you have, the more things that break. We also knew that we wanted something really easy to drive. We go on really long road trips, and if something is big and cumbersome, it is a huge challenge when we're on the road. So we wanted something that was simple to bring everywhere with us. We also wanted to find something that was really easy to set up. In our last setup that we had, every time we got somewhere, we had to set up a canopy, set up our stove outside. We knew that we wanted something that we could just plug in whenever we got somewhere and go to sleep if we needed. We got really used to living in a very, very small space with 2 people and a little dog living in a 6x8 camper. That's close quarters. We like that. We really do. I know it seems a little crazy, but it's just how we roll. We wanted something small.
We really are appealed to the fact that it's a tiny home and everything is compact within the camper itself. But we also like to be outdoors a lot, so we love to cook outside. We know that we like to have an outdoor setup whenever we're gonna be stationary somewhere. So having those 6 months of work camping, we were able to really get a good idea of what we needed, because we knew that we still want something outdoor, but we want it to be really simple. I think it's time for someone to have a beer, a local beer. What you think? You want a beer?
I think I could do that. Just a second. It's time for another one of Amber's beer reviews. This one is a little special. It's actually very special. You know when I just say I'm gonna have one beer, but maybe I'll have, you know, another one? Not this time. Look at this bad boy. This is a big old beer. This is 32 ounces, it's in a can, and it was canned at the cutest little brewery that we went to. It's called A Little Madness Brewing Company. It's in Pensacola, Florida. We stopped by yesterday, and I have a story about it. But first, can we just admire the beauty here of this giant beer? Okay, the way that we found A Little Madness Brewing Company is from a website called Harvest Host. We just signed up for Harvest Host because we did decide to go with the truck camper, which is self-contained. To be part of Harvest Host, you have to have a self-contained rig. Because we decided to go with the truck camper, we have one. We were really excited about this website, and you can stay at thousands of different breweries, wineries, gardens, museums. You know I love breweries. You know we love supporting local. So we stopped in for a brew, and that is where I got this beautiful specimen of a beer. This here is a double IPA. It is hazy. The name of it is Smash. Let's try it right now. Definitely hoppy. It's piney, but I would say more citrusy than anything. The giant can is a great experience, by the way. You have to like beer to like this, and I do.
I have to say, we love Florida. We really missed it. This is where we're from, and it's so amazing to be back with all this Florida flora and fauna. Look at this magnolia tree. There is so much thick trees and brush and scrub palms everywhere, and it just feels so good to us. Look at me with this magnolia tree. Don't we look good together? Hi. Another big reason why we wanted a truck camper is because we wanted to be able to finance a vehicle separate from our truck camper. So we can take the truck camper off, we still have a vehicle, and we're not always going to be committed to having one rig or one setup. So we can get a tow behind if we want. We can do whatever we want since we have a heavy duty enough of a vehicle to be able to change it up. The reason why this is affordable for us is because we already had a car payment. This isn't much more than what we were paying. We were able to put a sizable down payment, so our monthly financing is pretty low for us. How we justify it is that we don't have any rent payment the way that we live. So having a low financing amount on a truck is kind of like us paying rent for our whole entire home.
Anytime we open the truck door, Winston will find a cozy spot right inside.
Let's go. Oh, come here, my baby.
He's getting very risky with his jumping.
Where's my stove? I have to find my stove. We love to camp and cook outdoors, and recently we've been putting the cooking on the back burner, but we have a lot more free time now, so that means that we're gonna be cooking it up. And for this recipe in this video, oh wait, it's time to cook. Baby, baby, come here. As a side dish, we're gonna be having some yellow squash and zucchini to go with our venison burgers.
Zucchini and squash are two of our go-tos for vegetables when we're on the road. They last so long, you don't have to use the whole thing, and if you don't, you can just put the other half back in the refrigerator. They taste delicious. You can season them however you want, and we just love them. What are some other vegetables that last a really long time that are perfect for on the road? Let us know in the comments. I usually cut the squash and zucchini pretty thin so that the flavor can get on every single bite. I'd rather have lots of little bites with lots of flavor on all of them.
First thing we're gonna do is toast up these Texas toasts. We're just gonna throw them on the cast iron. We heard that Axis venison is the best, so we're gonna have some Axis venison burgers.
One of our coworkers actually said that Axis deer was her all-time favorite meat. I honestly had never heard of it, and so I jokingly said, oh, okay, when we go in the meat store, that's what we'll ask for, the Axel deer meat. Well, Giulietta went into the meat store, and she came out with Axis deer meat. I was very surprised. I do look forward to trying it. It does cost at least double of any other meat that I've seen.
All I'm gonna season it with is Kinder's Buttery Burger Blend. I love this seasoning. Look how crumbly it is. Hopefully the cheese will keep it together. Alrighty, the burgers kind of stayed together, but it looks really good. We also added on some pepper jack cheese there. We're gonna put some tomatoes on it. Does it get any more Texan than that? Look at that. We knew we'd be missing Texas, so we had to do it up. To pair nicely with my venison Texas toast burger, what are we gonna call this? A Veni?
Oh, that's cute.
We're gonna call this a Veni. It's kind of like a venison patty melt type of thing. It's looking good. To pair with my Veni, I have a bubbly sparkling water, watermelon flavor.
Wow, okay. Mmm. Can't go wrong with Texas toast. Let's see. Let me actually try it.
What do you think? Amber's usually a little more skeptical of like gamey type meats or those that are wild.
Let me see. Hang on. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna review this. Let me try it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what venison tastes like. This is Axis.
Okay, tell her.
It's kind of like the texture of ground pork to me. It tastes like a really good meat to me. I mean, it doesn't taste gamey at all. So the texture of it to me is kind of like breakfast sausage. I love that texture so much, but not as fatty as pork. So it's a little bit leaner like turkey if you're gonna have ground turkey, but has a lot more flavor. That's good. The Texas toast like brings it up to like level 10. It's so delicious. We're gonna just get clean and fresh, relax for the evening. We've been watching TV, reading books. We've just been having a nice vacation day. We keep saying today is our vacation. Just on the beach, relaxing, and we're gonna call it a night and we'll see you in the morning.
Good morning.
Let's go on a walk. Come on, baby. You ready? Time for us to leave this incredibly beautiful place. I don't want to leave. I actually just want to live right here. So if someone can make that happen, that'd be great. Another reason why we chose a truck camper is that the setup and breakdown is incredibly easy. So typically when we're on the road, I don't think we're gonna be taking out a whole lot, maybe our camp stove and our 11-pound propane tank, just so we can cook outdoors, maybe our chairs, and that's kind of all we took out on this trip right now. The ease of it was a big draw for us because everything is just ready to go. We can stop at a rest stop, be able to make coffee, have lunch. We can pull over on the side of the road and use the bathroom.
I just made my smoothie and I'm finally getting used to this tiny camper. I'm used to making a little smoothie in it in the morning and just learning where everything is, learning how to do things right. It's feeling so good. I love it in here. I love it. In today's smoothie, we have 1 banana, fresh ginger, and some of my green powder that has 39 fruits and vegetables in it. Delicious. It's almost time to check out of Henderson Beach State Park, but first we have to swim one more time.
We just took our sandals off and the sand feels so cold. It doesn't even stick to you. It's so lovely. It just kind of like feels like it's massaging your feet while you're walking on this lumpy sand area.
It almost reminds me of kids' sandy Play-Doh that you play with that doesn't stick to you, but that you can mold it really easily. Can you tell we like it here?
are heading out. We're unplugging the camper right now. We're going to dump the gray and black tanks on our way out of here. The next place that we're gonna be going is a boondocking site. That's right, we're gonna give our deep cycle battery one more chance. We're not gonna be running the fridge on it. We actually have our 12-volt cooler plugged into our solar power bank. We'll see if that will reserve enough power to use the lights and the water pump while we're boondocking. That's really the only thing that we kind of need for the evening. And just to have lights and be able to see stuff and be able to go to the bathroom.
We made a little parfait, a yogurt parfait for the road. We're gonna throw this away, go to the dump station and hit the road.
We gotta wait in line. Look everyone, look what I have. Gloves. We wanna get those disposable ones, but for right now, this is what we have.
Plus, there is no number 2 involved. Let's try it. Get that stinky slinky.
Okay. I think we need to get a longer sewer hose, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta put your foot on there.
Okay. I'm hard at work.
I think you really gotta hold it too.
Okay, I'm really holding it.
It's time to head out, and this time we're gonna be going to a free camping spot.
Free?
We made it, and we have actually been here before, and we have our truck camper set up here. It's a free campsite in the Panhandle Northwest area of Florida. The first time we came here, the weather was horrible. We thought there might be tornadoes that were coming through, so we were a little bit scared. We were a little bit sketched out when we first came around here. When we went to bed that night, we were in the tiny camper, and I woke up at 5 a.m. to Amber saying, "I hear boots." She thought that she heard somebody out in the distance. And if you camp, sometimes you know when it's really quiet outside, you have no fan, you have no white noise, it sounds like there's people outside. It could be a raccoon, it could be a squirrel, and that's why I know that, and I've gotten really used to that sound and being able to distinguish between the two, but we were freaked out. So we just ended up leaving pretty early. We're gonna actually have some friends come visit us and relax with us here at this campsite. If you've been following us for some time, you might know that they've been on this channel before. Stoked to be hanging out with some people that we care about and haven't seen in like a year.
Where are we gonna put it? I want it to be seen on the bottom. Alright. Let's put it right there. Is that good?
That looks great.
So, it's called A Little Madness Brewing. Okay. Here. Hi, how are you?
With all this Florida flora, we were able to put a down